Welcome back to the Charles in Charge Cowboys Sports Report. Doing my first live show during the draft. It's day two. Pick 52 is about to be in with Indy. If you're watching this live or you're watching this after it's uploaded, please subscribe, like, and share. First goal is to get to 500. I'm sorry, I'm looking at TV. And then to 1,000. When I hit 1,000, my channel will skyrocket. I guarantee you that. Indy is taking. Okay, wide receiver. Now, Pittsburgh at 51 took Zach Frazier. Very good center. We're at pick 56. I mean, we traded back 5 picks in round 1. We should have traded up 5 picks in round 2. If we knew that Pittsburgh, was trying to go offensive line. If we get a guy Zach Frazier to go with Guyton, that'd have been great. JPJ went pretty early in the second, so trading up that far wouldn't have been that well. But if Brock Hoffman is game, then we should be all right. I think Tyler Guyton. Everybody blasted Tyler Smith, the pick last year, and he turned out to be, 2 years ago, and he had to start as a raw rookie at left tackle with Tyron Smith down. He did a pretty damn good job. All our first round picks for offensive linemen seemed to pan out in the Will Clayton era. Everybody thought it was going to be a Travis Frederick deja vu moment last night, thinking that we're going to go JPJ or Frazier or somebody, but we go with Guyton, who plays right tackle, but he will be at left tackle. And a lot of people are saying he's going to be a project. He's going to be a day one starter. And playing next to Tyler Smith, who is pretty much like an all-pro left guard already, will make his job a lot easier. Tyler Smith, when he was a rookie at left tackle, had Connor McGovern at left guard next to him. Not too great. So Tyler Smith will make Guyton's job a lot easier. Tyler and Tyler. So that will be our projected left tackle and left guard for the next 10 years ago. We are 3 picks away. Washington, Cleveland, Miami, than us. So Colts went wide receiver. Now, if nobody jumps in around the 5-10 minute mark, then I'm just do a regular video. I told people I was going to go live last night, but my wife was in the hospital. She had a bad seizure yesterday morning, fell and hit her head on the ceramic tile floor. It wasn't good, so I had to call the ambulance. And I was watching the draft last night from my phone, watching Tom Downey actually. But so with Zach Frazier being taken at pick 51, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We trade back 5 spots. Even if we got to give that third to Pittsburgh that we got from Detroit, that would have been worth it, I believe. That would have solidified the offensive line completely. But if Brock Hoffman or TJ Bass, we didn't play center. But if one of the two can hold it down, or we could draft one in the 3rd round, or possibly in the 2nd round, it's good enough to be a day one starter. That'd be good. That would be basically having the offensive line rebuilt, with Zach Martin being the eldest. And Zach Martin doesn't have injury history. 2020 was the only season that he really missed, a lot of games in. Other than that, he's been pretty much healthy. I think he could play as long as Jason Kelsey, or as long as, Whitworth for the Rams. I think he could play till 38, 39 if he wants to, and still be the best guard in the league. Having Zach Martin and Tyler Smith at guards. Terrence Steele being 2 years removed from that torn knee that, he suffered in 2022. He should be, good 100% this season. It was a shock that he was able to start it was a shock that he's able to start week 1 last year. Lyle Collins suffered the exact same injury with Cincy, and he was not near ready to start week 1. I mean, barely by the end of the season when we signed him was he cleared to play. So that's why Terrence Steele was not the same Terrence Steele that we knew, for the first 5 weeks of the season. No, I mean, basically the first half of the season, he was not very good, and in the second half of the season, he got a little bit better. But you know, we let Ty Smith walk. I would have liked to have kept him for one one more season, maybe 2. I mean, second team All Pro, just behind Trent Williams, tells you that that he is still one of the best left tackles in the game when healthy. And doing those Tyron Wednesdays seem to keep him healthy. If you get 13 games a season out of Tyron Smith, that's fine as long as you have a decent backup at left tackle. And then if Tyron Smith's good to go for the playoffs, you were good to go also. But we needed to rebuild the offensive line. And Tyler Smith and Tyler Guyton being a first-round pick in 2 of the last 3 drafts, and having Terrence Steele, who is still young, and Brock Hoffman. Maybe Hoffman impresses and makes a big jump this year. Or TJ Bass, maybe, he battles for, center reps. But if anything, TJ Bass will be good. Him and Chuma Adogo will be good depth on the interior. We just need Asim Richards or let's go one of them boys to step it up at tackle and be a good swing tackle. Depth is important at every position. Washington picking at 53. Ben Sinnott. Tight end. I hope we clean the floor with Washington as long as Dan Quinn's their head coach. As he kind of seemed like he wanted to sabotage our playoff game. Like his head was not in a playoff game. Like his head was into this next season knowing that he's going to be a head coach. Because our defense did not play like that in the postseason with him as defensive coordinator. The 2022 season, defense played great in the playoffs against Tampa Bay and then against the 49ers offense. Played great in the 2021 playoffs against San Fran, holding to 23. Ben Sinnott. 3 picks away. Well, so the running back that was linked to us got taken. Zach Frazier being taken at 51 really freaking hurts me. I mean, that would have been an amazing steal if we could have just traded up, even if it had cost that third that we got yesterday. If it would cost us that third round pick, pick 73, it'd have been worth it to get Zach Frazier, I think. Powers Johnson, he went pick what? JPJ. I'm doing this on my cell phone. I do apologize. Pick 44. So trading down 12 picks is kind of tough to do. That would have been with the Raiders. And his medical concerns had him fall into the second round. So Cleveland, pick 54. I see a couple people jumping in and jumping right back out. Jump in. Let me know what you think.
They do incredible work for crisis intervention for our LGBTQ youth, and it's really, really a great job.
2 more picks away. And then we're pick 56. We're pick 56, 73, and 87. So within 66, 76.
With the 54th pick in
wi- within 31 selections, we have 3 picks in 31 selections.
Ohio State defensive tackle.
Okay, a defensive tackle. Now I can't believe Devondre Sweat went so early. I thought he would fall to like maybe round 4 possibly. No later than no earlier than round 3. I thought we would get him in round 3. I really did. Devondre Sweat, 360-pound nose tackle with his, just getting that DWI, having that troublesome personality is right up our alley. We, since the 90s, have gotten guys like that all the time. And who was it that I did not see that coming? Who was it that took Sweat? The Titans, yeah. Pick 38. He went a lot earlier than people thought, especially after that, case that he just caught for this draft. So Miami's on the clock. And then, here we go. Our second round pick. See, Philly goes with 2 cornerbacks. Cooper DeJean in round 2. And then in round 1, they say they got the best corner in the draft. We'll see about that. What was the cat's name? What pick was Philly in round 1? 22. Quentin Mitchell at corner. Quentin Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Now, Cooper DeJean, whatever. A lot of people think he's going to be more of a safety in the NFL than a lockdown corner. Say that he's not very good at man-to-man coverage. And they know Darius Slay's getting older. He's not the same Slay he was before. And James Bradbury is just a guy. He is nothing special. I've said that ever since he played for the Giants. I mean, when he played for the Giants and CeeDee Lamb was a rookie, he was whooping up on that boy. So they definitely need, Philly definitely needs secondary out. I cannot believe that Detroit let Chauncey Gardner-Johnson get away when they were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. That guy's a playmaking safety, and he played very well for Philly in 2022. So him and Kevin Byard will be a pretty damn good tandem at safety. But as long as Trayvon Diggs comes back, healthy and good to go, and DeMarvion Overshawn also, we'll be, our linebacking core with Kendricks in there will be set. Our cornerback room will be set. We still need to re-sign Gilmore for 1 more year. That's a must in my opinion. Miami, pick 55. Richmond Webb, their 9th overall pick in 1990. My memory doesn't go that far back. Nope. I started watching football in 93. Patrick Hall. Oh, out of Houston, H-Town, my city. So we are next, DC Nation. We are next. Thank the nobodies that tuned in to watch me. I guess since I didn't stream last night, y'all figured I wasn't going to be streaming at all during the draft. But extenuating circumstances prevented me from doing that. Okay, so that's fine. Miami takes offensive tackle. We're not taking another tackle in the draft. We know that. So Miami with pick 21 got Chop Robinson. Pick 55, Patrick Hall. Edge and offensive tackle. I'm really interested if we're going to go running back with defensive tackle in round 2. Being that Zach Frazier's gone and JPJ, I don't think we're going to be going center that early now. This offseason is just so parallel to the 2022 offseason when a lot of people were telling me it was a punt season. I was telling everybody that our roster was still damn good, even though we had so many departures and only had James Washington and Dante Fowler as our free agent signings. Washington, who did nothing. Fowler was a good rotation guy. All right. This is Will McClay, baby. Will McClay, we need you to nail this draft right here. Damn, CeeDee Lamb had 135 catches last year. That is just... And Michael Irvin never came close to that, even though it's a different league now. They didn't pass the balls near as much in those days as they do now, but...
For the Cowboys, they have the 3 huge contracts hanging over their heads. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, Micah Parsons.
So right now they're showing 4 offensive linemen, and then Wingo and Carter at defensive tackle, Dorless and Boyd defensive tackle, Byron Murphy and Tavondre Sweat and 2 Texas boys, 2 edge guys, Adisa Isaac, Chris Braswell. We don't need a linebacker. Patrick Wilson, no. Edge, I don't see taking edge in the second round. I mean, with Micah and Tank as starting defensive ends, having Sam Williams and company, you know what I mean? We just need to maybe take a guy in the 5th maybe and just sign a rotational free agent. Similar to Dante Fowler, not somebody super great, but just somebody effective, and 1 or 2 year deal. Draft fact: Vikings are the only team currently without a day 2 pick because they traded up back into the first yesterday, didn't they? Departures: Tyron Smith, Tony Pollard, Tyler Biadasz, Michael Gallup, Stephon Gilmore. Here we go. 1:25 left. We got to make a pick. Man, Zach Frazier and Tavondre Sweat and JPJ. One of those 3 would have just fallen to us. And also, that Texas running back who went really a lot earlier than people thought. Went to Carolina. Pick 46, Jonathan Brooks, but he's coming off injury, so. All right, so the War Room looks happy as they clap with every draft pick, of course. I tell you, if the 2023 draft class has a good sophomore season, if Mozzie has a good year 2 season, makes that jump, if Schoonmaker becomes a good tight end number 2, if Overshawn is what we thought he was going to be at linebacker, and we hit on this draft and get like 4 instant impact players, which we've been doing consistently throughout the last 10 years, that'd be big, huge. And this team will still be young, and our window will still be wide open. And they're gonna extend CeeDee Lamb, Micah, and Prescott. Dak isn't going anywhere unless Trey Lance is doing something we don't know about. But I don't see Prescott going anywhere. Here we go. Less than a minute. Kids are in the background. I do apologize for that. Man, if it's Zach Frazier, Sweat, or JPJ would have fell to pick 56. This time last year, we had a chance to get that offensive guard, and we went. Chad Hennings, oh, I remember that boy. Former defensive tackle for us. Chad Hennings and Leon Lett, they were a hell of a nice duo, man. So who do y'all think we take in round 2? Who do you think we take in round 2? Pick 56. We didn't trade up, didn't trade down.
And 2, the Dallas Cowboys.
The Dallas Cowboys. Where is the draft being held at this year?
You're not supposed to boo a veteran, guys. Just kidding.
Oh, there's so much going on lately.
A couple other veterans that are joining me on stage. Earlier today, the NFL, alongside the Bob Woodward Foundation and Move United, hosted the first
Here we
ever
go.
USA Wheelchair Football League Veterans All-Star Game.
That's good. That's good for them. It's good for them. It's good to give back.
All-Stars are part of the National USA Wheelchair Football League, funded by
Wheelchair
NFL
Football
Salute to
League.
Service grant.
So it says
Welcoming the co-captains of the game today.
we get a defensive end from Western Michigan, Marshawn Nealon. I did not see that coming. A defensive end. I get.
And retired U.S. Marine Sergeant.
You would think defensive tackle would be a bigger need, but I guess round 3 we might be able to find a good one. in the third round with the 2 picks that we have, we got to go running back in DT in round 3 with no round 4 pick.
To win the league championship this last
You can't just draft BPA when you have
year. Sir.
big needs in certain positions like we do.
In the 2024 NFL Draft,
Goodness.
the Dallas Cowboys select
Defensive end.
Marshawn Nealon, defensive
Marshawn
end from Western
Nealon.
Michigan.
Didn't even
Played 39 games at Western Michigan, 13 sacks, and his
GE.
career really opened a lot of doors.
Alright, so Sam Williams drafted in the 2nd round 2 years ago. Now Marshawn Nealon.
Super high motor player, high intensity player. It's all about effort and scheme recognition, and this guy's going to give you all.
Mike Zimmer had a hand in this.
Playing on the edge of these lines.
Mike Zimmer wanted this boy.
As a 6'10",
Look at these highlights.
Come off the ball, he's going to reset the line of scrimmage, and he is going to play with power
Okay.
primarily. Still needs to develop his body. You know he's going to get that at the pro level where he is committed to it down in.
I guess losing
Day in, day out. But when you
Armstrong
put him
and
on the
Fowler,
road, he gave tackles
we
a
need
lot of props. That's what you see
a
him do all the
yeah, I
time.
guess so. I mean, but we need defensive tackle also.
He's just going to play with power.
You would think we would have taken an edge in the 3rd round and a tackle in the 2nd round, but okay. 157 tackles, 13 sacks, 29 TFLs. Alright, so we are drafting in the trenches right now.
Which is going to be on the offensive right. He can dominate tight end. It's going to be interesting to see how they deploy him.
Marshawn Nealon.
Michael Parsons.
Didn't even hear about him being related to us.
Really good player. He adds
Or anybody
power to a team
that we were looking at him at all.
in the playoffs against Green Bay. Michael Parsons was double teamed on 35% of his pass rushes as an edge rusher last year.
Of course, Mike could be double teamed 35%.
Faced by anyone in the last 5 years. Maybe Nealon will do something about that.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's that. Our next pick will be pick 73. And then pick 87. So, alright, I'm just going to cut this out and just do a regular video. DC Nation, Cowboys for life, guys. This team is young and primed, but we're going to win at least 12 games again this season, if not more. This is not a bust season like everybody's saying. Just like 2 years ago, they said the same thing.
All new Subway wraps are packed with delicious ingredients and a pillow in a box wrap. Finally, a refreshing lunch that tastes terrific. Pro athletes like